The Smith & Wesson FPC in 22, the ultimate survival rifle. Let's check it out. Guys, when it comes to survival rifles, many experts agree that 22 is really the king. And one of the reasons is because it's so versatile. It's great for low report, it's easy to suppress, the ammunition's really light, you can have a high round capacity, carry a lot of ammo. And it's also great for hunting, and for that matter, for plinking and training. Now guys, in full disclosure, Smith & Wesson did send this. They are letting me keep it because I have both the Such and the Sensible Prepper channel. And guys, we're going to be using this quite a bit because it does make a great survival option. One of the things about the new Smith & Wesson FPC is that it has this foldable design. So it makes it really compact. It only weighs 4 pounds. Now we've done a full review of this on the Such channel with all the details, but today we're going to specifically talk about the survival features. And guys, to be honest, I'm pretty excited about this. I have a number, in fact quite a few, 22 survival type rifles. A lot of them are very compact, but this makes it super easy to deploy. Makes it so fast to be able to get this thing open and ready to go, and you can start firing immediately. One of my favorites is the Ruger 1022 Takedown, but you still have to pull the barrel out, you have to put it in, you have to lock it. You know, it's just a little slower, yet it's been around for a long time. But with the Smith & Wesson FPC, it's just so fast. Now, one of the big things about this rifle, beside the fact that you just hit this lever, bring it down, and it locks in. And then you have your charging handles back here, you just pull back a little bit, and it gives it some retention. It doesn't lock it, so you're able to pop it open really fast. The buttstock, that is one of the pluses. Here we have 2 little levers and we have 2 magazines. So this holds your magazines into place. And these are 20 round magazines. So you have 2 in the buttstock, 1 in the pistol grip, gives you up to 60 rounds of 22. Now 22 is not necessarily all that great for self-defense, but it can be used for that. And in a survival situation, if there are those who really are recoil sensitive or just young, they can shoot 22 because the recoil is almost nothing. Now here we can mount a ton of different red dot options, and you have this long Picatinny rail. Here we just have a C&H enclosed optic, but you can put whatever you want to on here. What I love about this is that the optic does not go into a position that you can't close it. And it stays on the rifle or the carbine, and you're still able to retain zero. You don't have to take the scope off. So one of the problems with the Kel-Tec Sub 2000, even though it's in 9mm, now this does come in 9mm if you want to up your game, and 10mm and I believe 40. So there's a number of different calibers. But 22 is usually kind of that universal survival style rifle. Now, one of the cool things also is if you have one of the new 22X from Smith & Wesson, it uses the same magazine, has the same grip. We have that M&P grip, and you can replace the back straps. In fact, there's 3 other options. So it can fit to your hand size. And of course, with 22, again, you can have small shooters or really large shooters. 22 is just that versatile. Now we have an M-LOK rail. It is polymer. Here I do have a QD point attached to the bottom. If I put it on the side, it gets in the way of closing it, at least on the left side. And so here, I like it. And then, of course, there's a QD point here at the back of the bump stock, so you can put a sling on it, which I highly recommend having a sling. The lever, really easy to deploy. Just push it forward and it opens. Now, if this is loaded, it will not open, and it's because the extractor is holding on to the round, and so that way you don't inadvertently just open it with a round in the chamber. Here with the charging handles, really easy to bring back. Of course, it does have last round bolt hold open, but you can pull these together. You can pull them from either side, and it just works very well. And of course, you have your slide stop that just brings the bolt home. We have a 16¼ inch barrel. It is 1/2 by 28 threads, which makes a perfect toast for this little Banish 22. It fits right on here. It's very small, and man, it really quietens this thing down. Unless you're using high velocity 22, and even then it quietens it down. But if you want, you could even put a muzzle brake on it. With the M-LOK rail, it gives you a lot of different accessories. Of course, it's 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. All of these alternate areas are not truly M-LOK, and I tried to fit those in there. Again, if you're putting on a QD base right here, it's going to interfere when it closes, so just be mindful of that. And guys, you can put your lights, lasers, whatever you want to. Here we have one of the new Enforce Arc. This is the 650. 1400 lumens, and we have a full review on this. 600 meters of beam distance, and it's surefire compatible with mounts, heads, and everything. This is really a great little light, and you can put a remote tail switch, which I highly recommend, or you can just use your knuckle and just bump it. You really need light on your firearm, especially in a survival situation, because things can happen in the dark. So making sure you have that good solid light on there and you can identify. But there's a lot of other options here. You can even put a bipod on this if you want. I think it would make it too heavy. Now again, this only weighs 4 pounds, so it's really lightweight. The buttstock has a nice cheek weld to it. It's not adjustable as far as length of pull, but there is a really cool feature. First off, each of the magazine releases are on opposite side. So as you hit it, it pops them out, and then you hit it here and it pops it out. But right here in the middle is the button to remove your stock, and this is a very important feature. So you just pull up on it, and then it just pulls right off. But what's really cool is inside is a hidden tube, and this is a little survival tube or compartment, has a little seal to it, and you can put batteries, a survival kit, fishing kit, whatever you want to in here, and it's somewhat waterproof, just pops down on this. I think that's a really cool feature. Now there's only one way to put it back, and it has these little teeth, and it fits into this just one way. But also buried in the stock is a spring, and this actually helps with recoil management, which there's very little anyway. But that goes inside first, then you bring it around. Now one thing I've found is that if I lift up and then just push forward, that I can just wrap it and pop it into place. So it makes it really easy to reassemble. And again, here is that little QD point. Now because this is fully foldable and we can bring it around, again, pull back on your charging handle, it just locks it. This is excellent to put in a small bag. Now you have 16 inches, actually 16¼ because of the barrel length. So here we have a bag, a little backpack. This is a Maxpedition, just excellent quality. Now I was using this in one of the Roaring Fire Dagans, which is a little small. It still works, but this gives you a little extra room. In fact, we have more room than we need. And so I can zip that in here, bring it down, lock it down. Now I have a very portable, hidden firearm that's very discreet. And guys, to watch it in action, just shooting it, it is so soft to shoot. Really, with a suppressor, it makes it super quiet, but even without suppression, I mean, 22 is fairly low report. It's really low on recoil. It makes it so fun to just take out to the range. And even again, first-time shooters can take these out and master it. Put a ton of different optics, a ton of different accessories, and it's super fast to deploy. And so taking it out to shoot, I mean, it's just a lot of fun, so quiet, and honestly, it's pretty cheap to shoot as well. .22 long rifle, you can get so many different variants, and that just gives this a bonus as well. Now this capsule is pretty small as far as the diameter, so you got to be careful what you're going to put in it. First, I'm going to go ahead and drop in one of these Exotac little nano strikers, and we'll put in some paracord. One thing I like about the paracord is I can pull this out and it doesn't get caught in the tube. Now this is a little fishing kit and a couple of bobbers. We could probably even go with less. Has hooks and sinkers. So I'm just going to kind of pack that in. I'm going to try to keep my paracord though from going down. So we can push this in and we are good. One thing you don't want to do is take that fishing kit and pack it all the way to the end, because then you're not going to be able to get it out, at least with not something to take it out with. And then we're going to put on our cap, and there we go. I mean, we have just a small little minimal survival kit, just a couple of items. But also, you could put a small multi-tool. Again, you have to find out what size, a little whistle. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. You're limited, but it does give you that extra capacity. And then we can just pop this open. We can pull it out. And I kind of leave that paracord out so I can make sure I get it all out. And there we go. Very useful, very small. Of course, you can put ammunition in here. You can put extra batteries. You could do whatever. The sky's the limit, just as long as it's this diameter. And then with this little lid or the little cap, it's going to be somewhat waterproof, or at least water resistant. Manufactured retail price is $549. Of course, market price going to your local dealer is going to be less. Now, having a little small 22 carbine, especially something that can really get compact, is ultimate for survival. Because honestly, you're not going to be necessarily running and gunning in a survival situation. It's just getting food. It's just able to, if you have to, use it for self-defense. You can use it for signaling. There's a ton of different uses, and 22 is so versatile, and it's so quiet when you put a suppressor on it. So while a lot of guys are looking at a survival rifle that has higher caliber, which is fine, but if you want something super versatile, not necessarily strong on the self-defense line, but you could have that as well. This makes a great option. And again, it's only 4 pounds. I mean, it's really tiny. And when you collapse it down, it's just 16 inches. Very small, very versatile, a lot of accessories, and then you can fit it in your backpack. Makes it really compact. And guys, it's great to see Smith & Wesson coming up with a number of different firearms and expanding the FPC line. Just gives you a lot of choices with 22. And I want to give a big thank you to Smith & Wesson for sending the FPC 22 carbine for this review and letting me keep it so we can keep testing. And guys, to me, as far as 22 for survival, this makes it a great option. Guys, when it comes to fire, it is essential to survival, and having a good fire kit and knowing how to use it is vital for survival situations. And Exotac makes the best fire starters on the market. Made in the USA, down in Winder, Georgia, using really high-grade aluminum. They machine some really beautiful handles, a lot of different features, replaceable ferro rods, and a number of other different fire starting tools. You get 20% off using Suits20 with the link down below in the description. And a big thank you to Exotac for sponsoring today's video. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. The Smith & Wesson FPC 22. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. But the bumps. As far as price, now, manufacturer retail.
Ready to go.
Huh?
That's ready to go.
Where you going?
Your mother's house.